Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I am your host, Kimberly Cloud. So, this is a short show. I should show y'all something real quick, um, but I'm gonna stick to the script. So, define the Kimberly Cloud Show, LLC. Well, before we get started, I would like to define the Kimberly Cloud Show as very, very vital piece and portal to people domains. It adds a piece to your domain, and it adds just a piece to everything in your arena that you were looking for. And what I mean by that is, as you grow, I grow. And I truly feel like I want women and men, gay, LGBT, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, Black, white, everything, everything, everybody to be a part of this community wave. And the show means to know, to define what I mean. The show means to know all about resilience, caring, listening, being and present in a conversation. I want to be resilient. I want to be able to be strong leadership. And I have proven that I am able to, but caring, want to care about people. I'm very caring when I talk to people. I'm very open to dialogue and open to communication. Listening, listening to people, being able to listen to them talk every day. And to be present in a conversation is very hard to do. I know. I try to be as present as I can in a conversation. Some people will sound like they're listening, but don't listen. I am totally as present as I can be in a conversation. Now, I admit sometimes I cannot absorb everything that I hear, but I sure try to. I try to absorb everything and do everything, to create a open dialogue conversation so that people can use good thinking skills and good barriers. They tell me they're what they are wanting to talk about, but they have barriers up, and I don't go into those rooms. That each guest, has a barrier, and you have to try to figure that out. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Oh man. But anyway, you have to try to figure out that barrier. And it's like they sit up there and let's say someone wants to talk about corporate world but don't want to talk about jobs, like hiring and the firing process. If I pick a topic on hiring and firing that I want to ask them a question to, they may not want to open that door. They'll give me some type of gesture or sign that they don't want to open that door. So I'll back and then I'll work my way around it so that they can feel more comfortable. The Kimberly Cloud Show is a show that's geared towards making people not only look good. I aim to make people look good. That is the name of the show, you know, um, to make people look good. But for us on their contributions and affirmations, when you make them look good, it makes me look good because it makes me sit up there and be able to talk and discuss somebody freely, free flow, honest, fair, open communication, and it goes as far as it goes, like, yeah. I love to be a part of their conversations and be present in their conversations, and I love the fact that I'm able to discuss various topics with them. Contributions is something that I love to do too. Contributions is something, if I could, I would send everybody that I have a t-shirt. And affirmations, making affirmations, about what's to come and what is happening and what's going to happen. We can talk about drug addiction, suicide, to the corporate world. Some men, some I categorize them. I've spoke with many men, but I've of all races, but white men has talked about suicide, and women that are white um, opened up about suicide as well. Um, the black people that I've spoken with, they mention oppression as a whole, which I understand, and the Indian people that I've spoken to, they they talk about chemical engineering. You can't talk about, well, tell me about, you know, use of drugs with someone that's Indian that is a chemical engineering. He knew that the only way out of India, or the only way to make a better life, is to not sit up there and do the things that he, just mess up. Don't want to mess up. So they sit up there and they take this time to get a degree, and then they get their degrees and they move forward. They sit up there and move forward in life. They don't scam nobody. Those are the type of people that don't scam nobody. The ones that are getting those degrees. I met one guy in AI. He was Indian. He's very famous, very, very famous. Talked about AI, robotics, and humans and nanobots uh, collide. He was very famous. He gave me a shot while I was in Santa Maria and building. You know, I don't know what his name is or if I deleted his thing. But yeah, um, he was a great person. He gave me like very, 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 very too much information. You know, what other race? Hispanic communities, they don't like to talk a lot. They don't like to talk about their business because they feel like if they talk about it, that they feel ashamed about their business. There is nothing to hide. I done been through it all. I can relate to every last one of you guys, from the corporate world to the Hispanic community. And that is some things that puts a bad taste in somebody's mouth, you know. And I am proud to be a part of this new journey with you guys as I walked in a decisive manner, a very calculated um, manner where I am mature and I see my faults and I see everything that is going on, and I work on them. I try to bring out the best in people as I see what angle they're headed with their talking points. Um, what angle they're headed with their talking points. So like I said, I look for a topic, and if that person opens that door, if they don't want to open that door, then I back up. I don't sit up there and dwell on, you know, if they don't want to open that door. That's up to them. That's their choice. Some people feel like talking too much makes them look bad. And I don't try to get people to talk because I want them to look bad. I get people to try to talk because God and the devil is at battle right now, and they speak through whatever channel they are resonating for, that they're resonating from. And I read between every line, every phrase, and I just edit it and move on. I never try to make someone look bad, but I have the power to, but I don't want to make no one look bad. I have the power because, just as God has a tape, just as God has a mental tape in his mind, this is a tape, a test. And the tape that you make is going down in quantum. One day, 100 years from now, somebody is going to pull up Kimberly Cloud. I'm in Congress, Library of Congress. So, yeah, my name, the first African American. Everybody doing it now. Everybody. I didn't hear one. I would say it. I'm gonna say it. One nigger wanting to sit up there and run for president as a black woman. I'm just kidding, y'all. I didn't hear one person trying to run for president. And I know now that my wave caused a lot of women to wake up. And that's all you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm not trying to compete with nobody. What I'm trying to do is tell the truth to the people. I want to be as honest and coherent. It's some things that the people wouldn't get, but if we can just get them to forget, to believe, and get them to see that whatever y'all are hiding, that is a new drug, that is a new technology, that is a new thing where whatever y'all hiding, it's okay. I put people onto networks and channels without hesitation. I put people onto networks and channels without hesitation. That is as clear or transparent as it's going to be. You know, no hesitation. I never make someone look bad. Now they have in the past resisted me, and it caused me. I was on a live segment, and it caused me to have to hurry up and get off. But that didn't make me look bad. That just made me look like I'm trying to keep the conflict down. And so it's safe to say that I'm doing this for empathy and sympathy. I want to have emotion and sympathy, signs of feeling compassionate, understanding, growing and actually learning from the other person. I have to admit, you guys have it really good. You have time to practice with people. I don't have much time, not left, but I don't have much time to practice with people. And yet, y'all take y'all relationships and y'all mess them up. I have never been given a chance. And that's why I have to force myself to force on people to talk. And if it means to learn about them, that's what it means. I don't do this because I want like money, because I've been doing it for 5 years without money. But it's time that I transition and take a stand, even if that means a drought to get all the bad people that are trying to set me up off of my page, and clear it out like a big fire. It's still in this fire. It's medium, his middle age fire stages. It's still going to go to 100 years old, and it's at 50 right now. And once it hit 100, then I'll be good. It's not that easy for a Black owned business, especially with the type of stuff I wear and the makeup that I put on my face. But I'm not, either you take it or you leave it. I am never changing who I am. If I feel pretty wearing blue lipstick, then that's what I feel like wearing. It has, I'm not down in the LGBT. I'm not, it's just because I want to. I think it's pretty. It shouldn't be, I need to tone it down or do something with my hair or whatever the case may be, like, um, that's how I feel. I mean, I am a great person. I interview people. I try to figure out the stages in their lives that they want to talk about. But I don't want a consumer who is just trying to suck me dry, like full of life, because you've paid. I want an equal, fair consumer that gives me a chance to prove to them that I can do the work and put in the material. I don't have time for a consumer that wants to suck you dry. And sometimes they try to do that and they haven't even paid. So some people have resisted me. So it's safe to say I'm doing this for empathy and sympathy. I want to create a truth atmosphere that entails an extraction of information for a learning scale advantage. Why would you accept anything less? Like, seriously, let's extract information for a learning scale advantage. Who wouldn't want to do that? That's anybody's dream. Some people like, I don't want to learn. And you be like, with your mouth wide open, like, some people like are lost. They're not dumb, they're not stupid, but what did they call them? Drifters. If you smoke cigarettes and you either gonna pick up the habit after you have your child, or you're smoking now, or it you just stop smoking. 8 times out of 10, the chances, I don't want to say 8 times out of 10, the chances are higher that that baby will get, especially if the environment calls for it, that child will get on cigarettes, even if it wasn't around the parent once the child has left the womb. And it's scary. It's very, very scary. Hold on for a second, you guys. So let's talk about Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. And happy Thanksgiving to you, Kimberly Cloud. You did a good job. You did a dang good job sitting up there. Um, just every day is a struggle, and you're making powerful moves and you're doing great things. You know, I was watching Joe Rogan, you guys, and Joe Rogan was like, everything I said, everything I told y'all, y'all need to watch Joe Rogan. Everything I told y'all is true. There's aliens out here that look human, but they don't talk human. There are defying gravity, fit beyond physics, collaborations with aliens. Now, what do they want with us? What do we have that they want? They got crystals, they got all that crazy stuff that I love, which is crystals. They're looking for advanced crystals, that electrical. Um, my crystals, nothing compared to the crystals they got that can cause, that government uses those crystals for things. But my crystals, like they take lightning and it's manipulate lightning, and then it, now I see why I'm at zero. It's like, yeah, I knew. And I know it ain't at zero. It's families watching this. I shouldn't, you know what? I'm gonna leave it with why watch the Kimberly Cloud Show. This is why, because I give you juicy topics. I give you information, factual, or whether it's factual, circumstantial, or what is that word I'm gunning for? Whether it's factual or circumstantial, I put the business out there that is geared towards creating personal growth. So yeah, let me get off of here. This is a taste of who I am. You know, where I am at now and where I want to be is closer than what I think it is. All I have to do is control my behavior and not get drugged.